Welcome back again, my sons and daughters. It's complete. So, Muhammad is still with me. Muhammad Subhi, where are you? So, do you hear me? So, do you hear me now? Okay. So, again, your friend said the gradient of the straight line, it will be 8 minus 6 over 8 minus 6 means 2 over 2 means 1. So, do you remember the straight line? The straight line passing through the point 0 and 0. Intersect y with y-axis at the point 0 and 0. So the y-intercept C equals what? Equals 0. Now, we have the gradient of the straight line, and we have the y-intercept, so we can find the equation of this straight line. Amna, if you are with us, you can form the equation of this straight line. It will be y equals what?
Y equals x 0.
Only y equals x. Excellent. So y equals x plus 0 or y equals x. So you can find the points 0 and 0 because y equals x. 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, and so on. Because y equals x. Understood? So I think by the same way you can find the equation of the graph f. You will find the 2 points on the straight line. You can find the gradient of the straight line using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And here, the intercepted part from y-axis is 0 because the intersection point between the line and the y-axis is 0 and 0. My sons and daughters, your homework will be page number 322 and page number 323 in the main book. But before leaving, I'll give you 3 notes. Number 1, to draw equation of a straight line. How to draw equation of a straight line? If you asked me, please draw the equation y equal 3x plus 1, how to draw it? This is number 1. Number 2, we have 2 types of gradient. We have negative gradient and positive gradient. How to know the gradient is positive or negative? From the graph. From the graph. How to know the gradient is positive or negative? From the graph. This is point number 2. Point number 3, So let's start 1 and 2, then we will explain 3. Number 1, how to draw the equation of the straight line y equal 3x plus 1. Y equal 3x plus 1. Step number 1, I'll form table. I'll form small table. I'll put in it any 3 values for x. Any 3 values for the variable x. And I'll substitute with these values to find the corresponding values of y. For example, let's put x equals 0. Now, substitute with x equals 0, it will be 3 multiply 0. 3 multiply 0 equals 0 plus 1, it's 1. Now, put x equals 1. 3 multiply 1 equals 3 plus 1, it's 4. So y equals 4. Put x equal negative 1. 3 multiply negative 1 equal negative 6. Plus 1, again, put x equal negative 1. 3 multiply negative 1, it's negative 3. Plus 1, it's negative 2. Negative 3 plus 1, it's negative 2. Now, we can draw the ordered pairs 0, 1, 1 and 4, negative 1 and negative 2. Now, so the point 0 and 1, 0 and 1 at this point. 1 and 4, 1 and 4 at this point, it's here. So 0 and 1, 1 and 4. And the last point is negative 1 and the negative 2. Negative 1 and the negative 2 is here. So we have 3 points, 1, 2, 3. The last step is to match the 3 points only. So we can match, we can draw the straight line which passes through the 3 points. Finished. So this is my straight line. And this is the first part. The first part is how to draw the equation of the straight line. We will make small table. We will put any 3 values for x, and we will find the corresponding values of y. This is number 1. Part number 2, how to know the gradient of the straight line. It's a negative gradient or positive gradient. Only from the graph. If the graph of the straight line, if the straight line is making an acute angle with the positive direction of x-axis, this is the positive direction of x-axis. So if my line is making acute angle with the positive direction of x-axis, so my gradient is positive gradient. Okay, if my straight line is making obtuse angle with the positive direction of x-axis, obtuse angle with the positive direction of x-axis, so my gradient is negative gradient. Okay, in page number 322, you can see that the gradient of the first straight line, now I'm solving exercise 28.3. The gradient of the first straight line is positive gradient because my straight line is making an acute angle with the positive direction of x-axis. Anytime if you have any question, you can ask. Anytime you can raise your hand to ask. If you can't follow me, you can ask. You can raise your hand to ask. Salman? Yes?
Sir,
What you can't understand?
I said, what's the homework again?
The homework will be 321, 322, 323 in the main book.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Only I'm teaching you small part. How to know the gradient of the straight line is positive gradient or negative gradient without calculating. Only from the graph, of, from the position of the straight line, from the graph. If your straight line is making an acute angle with the positive direction of x-axis, with the positive direction, this is the positive direction of x-axis. So if it's acute angle, so this is positive gradient. It's clear? Just 2 minutes. If my straight line is making an obtuse angle with the positive direction of x-axis, obtuse angle, so the gradient will be negative number. Finished. It's clear? So again, your homework will be page number 321, 322, 323 in the main book. See you tomorrow, inshallah. I hope you understood everything we explained. See you tomorrow and goodbye. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Do you have any question? Any question before leaving? Do you have any question? It means nothing, so goodbye.